Hey, here's another edition of Yagi Gets Pissed. Yagi Rants. Yagi something. Yagi has a bad day. I don't know. You want to know how stupid my day was? Do you want to know? You probably don't, but I'm going to tell you anyway, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry to subjugate you to the stupidity of modernity, but I want to tell you how actually stupid my day was. Just maybe you can relate. I don't know. Maybe if you're feeling like you're the problem, but you kind of secretly know that you're not the problem, but you're kind of feeling like you're the problem. Maybe you can relate because guess what? You're not the problem. You're not the problem. Head pats for you. It's okay. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Modernity is the problem. So here, I'll tell you. I'll tell you how my day went. Okay? So I live in a place where there's a lot of roundabouts. I'm not in jolly old England. I'm in the United States. But we don't know what we're doing with the roundabouts. No, we don't. You fucking yield to your left. You yield to your left. You go slow. Sometimes you gotta stop before you can go through the roundabout. Yeah, isn't it? Isn't it? I'm just some dumb American who can do Cockney accent. Anyway, first thing I had to deal with today was somebody blowing through. I saw them. Luckily, I saw them. I saw that they were not slowing down. They weren't looking. They didn't care. They flew through the roundabout. So I laid on my horn. What am I supposed to do? What you don't do anything? You just let them get away with it? You just like don't make a scene or whatever? You just what? There's no cops. There's never any cops when you need them, right? There's never any Zogbots when you need them. Anyway, so he blew through the roundabout. That was the start of my day. Okay. Then I have an appointment. I gotta go somewhere. I pull into this parking lot and I see like an 80-year-old man. But I don't realize what's going on. Everything is happening so incredibly fast, right? When these things happen, it's like slow mo, but it's like all happening really fast, right? So first I see his ass cheeks. What? Whatever are you talking about, Yagi? Yes, I see ass cheeks. I see this 80-year-old man standing behind what looks to be like some sort of van type vehicle, and his ass cheeks are out. His pants are around the bottom of his ass, and all I see is pale white ass cheeks. And I'm like, what the hell is going on, right? So he's standing behind this vehicle in this parking lot, and his ass is hanging out. Okay, and I'm like, I'm not dealing with this, right? And it looks like he's hooked up to oxygen and stuff, right? So I see him later, and he's on a motorized chair, and nobody's with him. And he could barely breathe. He could barely breathe. Nobody was helping him. He got there. He got to this place by himself. Okay? That's not good, right? I don't know why his ass was hanging out. I have no idea. It's a mystery to me. So I go to this appointment, right? I'm at my appointment, and I go to the waiting room, and I see this boomer, who I've heard talk before. He's kind of an idiot. But I'm here, I'm in this waiting room, and this old boomer is yucking it up with the secretary, asking to see her tattoos. Her tattoos. These tattoos were dedications to her dead grandfather, apparently. So they're talking about family. And he says, you sound like you really care about your children. And it was compliments galore, compliments, and you don't look your age. And she goes, yeah, I didn't have my first baby until I was 38, and then no. And he's literally trying to get in her pants. And if he's not trying to get into her pants, he's just being weird. He's being freaking weird. Then he talks about his CPAP. Then he's talking about some surgery called the Da Vinci surgery. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Then something urethra. So I look it up, right? So the Da Vinci surgery is a robotic, the Da Vinci surgical system is a robotic platform manufactured by Intuitive. It enables minimally invasive, high-precision procedures through tiny incisions. Features 3D HD visualization and wristed instruments for enhanced dexterity, often resulting in less pain, reduced blood loss, shorter hospital stays, and faster recovery, typically 2 to 4 weeks. All the boomers talk about is death and dying and being miserable. And they say this to anyone who will listen or anyone who they can back up into a wall. Okay? And you guys know this is true. You guys know. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Boomers are constantly joking, and it's like it's worse than a defense mechanism. They never stop joking. They never stop. They never know the line, or they do, and the line is always there, and the boomers, and they just tiptoe on it all the time. Here's the line. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't. But here you are. You're doing it. Because what? Because you need attention? Because you need attention because you hate your wife and you just gotta talk to ladies who aren't your wife and say, oh, let me see your tattoos, blah, blah, blah. And I'm divorced and I have properties and I'm so cool, I'm so smooth. Yeah, and then he goes to his stupid appointment and he's like, "What up?" to this guy, and I'm just like, "You're an idiot. You're an idiot." Anyway, okay, next part of the story. Next, so I go to Walmart. I go to Walmart for shampoo. I don't want to go to Walmart. I have to go to Walmart. I was gonna try to never go to Walmart again, but they have the cheapest cat food for my cats, and it's wet food because wet food is better than dry food for cats. But anyway, long story short, I go to Walmart even though I don't want to. I really don't want to. So I go to Walmart for this fancy shampoo that I like. It's not really that fancy, but I like it anyway. So it's this shampoo. That's what I go to Walmart for. So I'm in the shampoo section. You know, shampoo, deodorant, razor blades, blah 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 blah, toothbrush, blah 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 blah. So I'm in that section, right? You guys all know what I'm talking about. So there's a man. He says to his wife, and I don't see him. They're in another aisle, okay? The man says to his wife, "What the hell are you looking for?" He's no patience for his wife. And I'm thinking, what a cocksucker. What the hell is he talking to his wife like this for? Alright? So I hear these guys, and I think it's done, okay? And they're in another aisle, and I'm still hearing them. And then they start having a full-blown fight. He says, "Why are you wasting our day looking for something? I don't need that shit. I have no fucking hair." So it's boomer trash with boomer trash sham marriages. I'm so tired of seeing this. They don't care. They do this stuff in public. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care at all. Not even in the least. So I come out of an aisle, and a different boomer couple is walking. And the man says to his wife, he says, "This is all makeup and crap." And I'm just like, what the hell? Well, like, why do we have to speak like this? Why does everything have to be so negative? Why? Why? And so, before, too, I was looking at my shampoo. I was right about to grab it, but this lady, she's kind of like walking. I see her in my peripheral, so I'm like, okay, let me just hang on a second. She's going to walk by. I'm not just going to, like, jump in front of her. But you know what she does to me? She takes her cart and herself, and she places herself right between myself and the shampoo. Rude. Absolutely rude. They do not care. They don't care at all. And I know I'm beating a dead horse. Okay? So now I'm heading home from Walmart. I'm in the slow lane, and guess what happens? Almost car accident number 2. Some boomer is drifting into my lane. She didn't even see me or look, so she just decided to change lanes. So I speed up, and I get the hell out of her way. Okay? Now I'm driving, and I see a vanity plate. Do you know what this vanity license plate says? The plate reads NVSTGAL. The V is an A. Alright? Do you know what that is? Nasty gal. It's another boomer. It's another boomer woman. Her license plate reads nasty gal. Okay? So I keep driving. I see a 1950s classic truck. Nothing wrong with that, right? There's an American flag blowing in the wind. Nothing wrong with that. The driver is an old boomer man wearing a red PDF file style hat. And you guys know exactly what I mean. And speaking of PDF files, the last thing I get to see on my way home is my PDF file neighbor. He's passing me down the road, the same one who owns the property next to me. Who is a boomer, by the way? Who is married? Who goes to church? Who puts up Christmas lights? Okay? Charged with trafficking. Okay? I looked this up. He was charged with trafficking. So why do I have to put up with this? Why do I have to put up with him being my neighbor? I don't know. Modernity? I can't do anything about it. I can't just like run around in a siege mask, right? I can't do that, right? So anyway, long story short, boomers are insufferable pieces of shit. Insufferable. Absolutely insufferable. A hazard to the roads, and mentally deficient in every single fucking way. They're worthless. They don't contribute to society whatsoever. Not positively at all. They do not contribute positively to our society. You're never going to change my mind on that. I'm tired of seeing it. The good ones are few and far between, just like many other people that I have issues with, that I take issue. I don't care anymore. I do not care. So anyway, sorry that I had to subject you to this rant. If you're still here, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for listening to me for a minute. Thank you. That's it. Bye.